So I'm going to review the X-T4, show you how we used it in our car review channel, the straight price for the Alpina XB7 review, and how it compared to our usual Sony cameras that we use every single time. FujiFilm gave me these cameras for like 3 weeks to play with them, figure it out. This is not paid or anything, and I have to give the cameras back. First thing, they're pretty much the same size. This is them with a kit zoom lens, about the same weight. This one's, well, noticeably heavier, but it's still fine when mounted to a suction cup to a windshield, which means it's not going to bounce around and have crazy vibrations, which is good. I just make this my test. Gonna do the speed bumps. Speed bumps. Perfect. Then if we look at screens, the A6500 has this and it doesn't flip up. The 64 has one that goes all the way up, and this one has one that goes to the side and flips out, which is very nice, but there's one major issue with that. When I'm hand holding a camera to do some car shots, I'll usually hold it like this, and then if I need to change autofocus points, I can do that while holding it. However, with this camera, if I want the same stability, I would hold it like this, but then I can't move my hand to change the autofocus points on the fly. So then if I have to hold it from here, then my whole stability is whack. And then if I put it here and do this, then I can't see the screen, where on my A6500, I can do this with a little click. So I like this more, and I like the version on the 6400 where it flips all the way up. But then as for stability, this one has stability, which when you turn the sensor off, it's got a floating sensor. If you're mounted to a car and it jiggles, it like leaves a really violent vibration. This one, when you turn the sensor off for stability, it actually locks dead into place, which is a lot better. So instead of having this camera with a sensor that moves and then having another camera without a sensor that moves and no stability, you can replace everything with just one camera. That wobbly sensor, the footage is kind of jiggly and crappy looking with the Sony A6500s and stuff. But with this one, it's much smoother. So if we go to our menu, we can go down to IS. So we have our IBIS or IBIS plus digital stabilization. I turn that off, just have IBIS on. And then you have the IS mode boost, which makes it like a tripod. So it's not really smooth for panning shots, but it keeps it really locked in if you just want to, you know, shoot one thing static. But we turned that off for a lot of it, unless we were on the long lens, in which case it worked really, really well.
That's really good. That's excessive amounts of movement with very little actual movement in the frame.
Then the menu structure is also really easy to figure out. In this one, we've got our standard film mode, which is what we shot in. Then you can use all these other film simulation modes, which is cool because that's kind of like the presets they give you on Adobe Premiere if you're shooting in like LUTs or whatever. But I don't like that stuff, but it does look cool. It would be cool for a vlog. This one, I just run standard. Like, these aren't as cool as the Fuji ones, because I guess these are based off actual old films and stuff like that. And most of our stuff we shoot on standard mode, but this does have hybrid log gamma, which is nice. It's like log, but I think just a little bit easier. Then you can't change your film simulations. See, it's grayed out here at the top. But it's really good for shooting inside cars because you can see a lot more of the outside that's really bright and the inside that's really dark. And as for lenses, we've got this zoom lens. I kind of like my Sony one that makes that noise because I broke it, but I like the digital zoom, or not the digital zoom, the electric motor. You get these nice pan zooms. They're kind of ugly, but I like it. Quentin Tarantino kind of stuff. And then we got these 14mm prime lenses. It's a really nice lens choices available for Fuji, and they're lightweight. They're not like gigantic crazy lenses like I think Canon would be. So for filming car stuff, they come in very handy. I got a couple more of them here. And then, you know, just have your adapter rings for the filters that I already have, because people who don't run ND filters are crazy, and people who run variable NDs obviously don't care about reflections because they come out muddy, which is the worst for cars. Oh, and as for batteries, we've got this that can connect through a USB cable, and pretty chill sized batteries. It's nice that you can charge USB, especially for cars, because, you know, cars have USB, they don't have AC plugs. Like, try plugging that into a Hyundai. And then as for SD cards, we've got 2 slots so you can run a backup or whatever. We don't do that. We just, you know, run it the way it is. And then here's your battery slot. And the batteries seem to last a nice long time. So no issues with the whole setup. It is heavier than what I'm used to, which isn't really the best for cars, but you know, it got the job done, and everything looked better on this than it does on our Sony cameras. But the last thing that sucks about this compared to the new Sonys, this only has a 30-minute record time, and you know, when you're recording, this little white light here will light up, which is nice. You can change that in the settings, but it won't beep or anything when it's done recording. The new Sonys have longer than 30 minutes, which is what we use, because when we film our car reviews, it usually takes longer than 30 minutes, so we can't really afford to have the camera just cut off and us not realize it's not recording. So overall, I really like these. I would highly recommend getting one of these instead of multiple cameras, because you can actually mount this to a car and it looks good without the stabilizer on, where this does not work mounted to a car because the stabilizer here sucks. All the stabilization in this is better than this. Changing your autofocus points though is easier on this than it is on the X-T4, and all the lenses here that are available are really nice. It's like they picked out a whole bunch of nice ones. So yeah, I wish I got these earlier, but since we're already on Sony, we're not switching anytime soon. Hope you guys like that. Hope you guys like this review on my phone. I haven't really been doing any gear reviews in a while, and that's why everything looks so sketchy and weird, but I'm just trying to get through some stuff, and then I can try to build a studio so I can actually do more gear reviews, because I actually still really like cameras and all that stuff. So stay tuned for more cool stuff that I actually use in videos, my car videos, straight pipes,